This is gonna be a good one. Welcome to my world. All right, so we're out here near St. George, Utah at the Cottonwood Trailhead. Super awesome spot here. And I'm excited because today I'm doing my monthly 30-mile run. I won't always bring you guys on the 30-miler, but you know, I had the opportunity today to kind of do a long run in a cool location, so thought I might as well pop in, and I've got some massive updates on this episode, so let's dive into it. The first thing, as you can tell by the title of this video, is yes, I officially have gotten a coach out here in Utah, and I'm super excited. I'll announce who it is at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But I'm excited. I've never had a running coach. I didn't really think it was something I would want, but after kind of like thinking about what I want this year to be like, I think it just kind of made sense for me in this time. So I decided to go forward with it, and it's been something that I've been thinking about for a while now. You know, when I get to co-host these Ridge Hunters live shows, and we have awesome guests on almost every week, and you know, you hear Alex Gold and Emily Collins and Whitney Richmond and 10 others that I'm probably forgetting about talk about how they have awesome coaches. It just really kind of hit me. But to be honest, the moment that I kind of realized that, hey, this coaching thing might be legit, is when I was with Michael Owen down at the Hellgate 100K, and we were doing some race updates, and I was taking some photos, and I saw Jordan Chang cross the finish line. He finished second place. Would have set the course record if it wasn't for Michael DeBova just absolutely torching that course. And Jordan Chang, if you guys don't know him, he's run Hellgate 14 times. Super solid runner. And at the finish line, you know, he's on the ground. I got this photo of him, and he's just talking about how having a coach really changed the last year of his running and kind of his life. And, you know, shout out to Jordan for kind of sharing that with everyone that was there. You can follow him on Twitter at jchanghokey. So really, I just want to say, you know, shout out to Jordan for really just being open. I think that was super, you know, inspiring to me and a lot of other people. So thanks, Jordan, and congrats on your epic race at Holiday Lake. I know you didn't get the win probably like you wanted to, though, but just coming in second place by a couple seconds, hell of an effort. So Jordan Chang's the real reason why I decided to get a coach, and can't wait to announce who it is at the end of the video. I've been in this Boulder Field for about 1.5 miles now, and I'm starting to get a little sick of it, but luckily I ran, I don't know if it's in the Heiner 50K or the Boulder Field 50K. It's on one of those courses, a massive Boulder Field, and in the middle of Pennsylvania, and that was the craziest 3 miles I've ever done, just straight up. I mean, those were real boulders. These are like stones, so we're just gonna get through this. This canyon is pretty demoralizing. I'm like 2 hours in, 10 miles in mileage wise, and I'm supposedly 700 feet from the top of the canyon where I'm supposed to be, but I'm only supposed to like a half mile to go. But it just all looks the same, you know, rocky canyon, quick sand basically underneath me. Not real quick sand, but you know, like basically feels like, you know, you're running on sand. So my right ankle is jacked up, so that's not great, but hopefully we can get to the top of this thing and then reevaluate our lives from there. Kind of just gonna manage the situation. That's what I'm telling you guys. 30 milers, if you haven't tried them yet, everything goes wrong, and then it's just like, okay, how do you manage the situation? Like, I knew my body was gonna feel super hot this morning. Started and was like, didn't feel super great, and then, you know, my ankle was kind of bothering me the first mile, and then it got better, and then now it's worse. So these are just like the little things that, you know, if you're doing a 20 miler, for me, I just fight through it and don't even realize it. I mean, last week, the past 2 weeks, I think my long runs were 3 hours, and you know, 3 hours is 30 minutes from now, 45 minutes. So, you know, that's nothing. You just get through that and you move on. So that's the difference. That is what I believe, you know, is kind of the key reason why these monthly 30 milers for me are such a big deal, because, you know, you just gotta, it's practicing for a race. That's literally what it is. You gotta nail everything and then, you know, learn and adjust on the fly. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully we get to the top of this thing. I mean, I have no idea. I have no clue. And I don't even know like if I'm going the right direction. Okay, so we're diverting from the plan a little bit. I decided to turn around in the canyon trail just because I'm running out of water and there's really no hope of it actually going to where I think it's gonna go. So we'll head back to the car. Should get me there around mile 20. I'll stock up on water and then we'll go explore for 10 more miles. But I want to talk about the races that I'm doing this year. So on RRLive, when we did a goals video, I kind of said like, I don't really know what races I'm doing in 2021 outside of Rim to River. And on that episode, I said that I would finish in the top 5. And I still believe that that is a lock, guaranteed, locked and loaded result there. Caleb Bowen won last year. Don't worry about me, Caleb. You're gonna be so far ahead. I'm just hoping that, you know, spots 5 and 6, you know, whoever it is at the race day, you know, we're battling it out and just enjoying the day, you know. Friendly rivalry, you know, they're not gonna save this clip or anything and show it to me at mile 85 at an aid station when I'm at Ace Beach curled over in a ball or anything like that. Don't do that. But yeah, I know it's all good fun. So for me, I know a lot of people like would put a claim out there like with their friends, you know what I mean? They're not afraid to share big goals in a private setting. But that, for whatever reason, that was one for me. I was like, hey, this is one that it's gonna happen and I just want to get it out there. So I have no issue sharing it. I know my coach is gonna be screaming at me because he doesn't really think like that, or he kind of keeps his stuff private, but then he'll like totally say like egregious things sometimes. So I don't know. So it's interesting, but yeah, that's kind of my A race is Rim to River 100. Outside of that, I don't do the Shawnee 50 again in October. So I'm doing 2 East Coast races now that I'm in Utah. I'm doing a 3rd East Coast race, which is the Promised Land 50K. Officially in for that. And that race is April 24th, I believe. So, and that race is loaded. I mean, that is the most competitive East Coast ultra this year so far, just looking at entrance lists on the men and women's side of things. Like, that race is going to be so much fun. There's just the amount of awesome people that are going to be there And yeah, it's gonna be fun and super fast. So excited to go back to Promised Land. And then my summer's kind of open right now. So I've got a couple options. So my main option is I'm officially on the wait list for, rocks and everything, the Black Hills 100 miler, which is a race in South Dakota. It's in end of June. And this would be a good one. You know, it's got 16,000 feet of vert. Nothing too crazy, doesn't take you up super high. Would definitely be a good challenge. And there's some good runners that have done that race before, but you know, I think it'd be a good race to, you know, test the waters before Rim to River per se. And there's some awesome runners in that race. Sheesh. This is wild. Do you remember when I fell on my face during Table Rock because I was trying to, like, you know, do this? Yeah, me too. I swear that wasn't planned. Wow. Okay, we're gonna recoup here for a second, and we're just gonna like look at the canyon because this is where we're at. Epic. Okay, so like I was saying, entrance listed Black Hills 100 in South Dakota. John Henderson, East Coast guy, is in that race, and his good buddy, best friend, not arch nemesis, Chris Roberts, is also in that race. So, you know, there's two super stout East Coast names in that race that are kind of come out west. And then obviously I don't know any of the South Dakota runners. That's on me, honestly. That's 100% my bad. You know, I'm sure hopefully no one sees this and whatnot and takes that. But yeah, and I'm sure there's gonna be some good local runners as well. But yeah, it'd be really fun to just go head to head with Chris and John there. But you know, if that doesn't work, the Mohican 100 is my backup race. It's the weekend before Black Hills, and you know, that race doesn't really sell out until last second, so I could always hop in that. And that race is loaded too this year. Jacob Conrad back, Gabe Rainwater, you know he's in. Christopher Simmons, welcome to the top 3 early predictions for the Mo 100. He's gonna hate that as well, but that's what it's all about. You know, it's gonna be super fun. I'm just worried about Mohican. Like, if I knew it wasn't gonna be the road course again, and like Ryan was able to like fully have it at the park and like locked in right now, I would probably sign up for that race tomorrow. But you know, situations are situational, so you just gotta deal with whatever's coming your way. So worst case scenario, I'll be hopping in Mohican road course, or if it's announced that they've got everything all squared away, hopefully I'll be doing that. So we'll see. Summer 100, Rim to River, which I'm gonna place top 5 in, Shawnee 50, Promised Land 50K, and then I'll probably hop in a local race just for a training run for fun, just to, you know, do a couple races out here. I won't really, probably just do it last second. So that's my races for 2021. Super excited to have a calendar again. The last time I had a calendar was 2019, when I was like registered like 4 months in advance for the Shawnee 50. And that was the last time I was able to like actually prep for a race, like months in advance, like no, officially 100% I'm going. So that's super cool that I've been able to like now get a calendar again. So it's awesome. I'm excited. Let's continue this journey, and hopefully we don't die in this canyon, because this place is massive. I mean, just look at these views. So we're still battling. We're about 3 miles away from the car, and I really want to quit because, you know, my ankle's still a little messed up. You know, I haven't had water in like a while. But I think, you know, mentally we're still kind of there. And as long as I can, you know, get to the car, manage the situation, like I talk about 1,000 times at this point, I think we'll be okay. as long as we can find some actual trail to run on and not some rocky quicksand, because that'll be big. But yeah, if we can find that, I think I can micromanage the last 10 miles. So that's a little update. It's funny during these, a lot of times, like, you don't really want to film or talk when you're having a bad day, or like when you're feeling at your worst. But sometimes it just makes it look like this is the easiest thing ever, like 30 miles. Wesley just went out here and no problems at all. But that's definitely not the case, especially not the case today. So yeah, just gotta manage the situation. So that's what we're gonna do, and see if we can finish all 30 of these. Just kidding. What up, what up? We're back and we're better than ever. Well, until we bonk again. But we hit the car, hit the aid station, and we're feeling, as good as can be. I mean, this feels like we're on mile 1. Look at this, by the way. Trail, real trail, no rocks, no gravel, no sand, like just pure trail. So I've got 11 miles left, and I'm stoked. Feeling really good. I'm on the Red Reef Trail now. I may out and back it, or if I get to the end, I can loop back around and complete a loop, but I just don't know how long the loop is. Good research on my part, but yeah, we're out here. Continued on, knew I would. Mentally, I knew I would. Physically, I didn't want to, because all the physical stuff that was happening with me. But that's life, and that's running. So let's press on. We've got some big news still left in this video. I'm so excited to kind of reveal Coach, and I decided, I'm gonna call him. I just might as well make it like, reveal it live. So he has no idea I'm gonna call him. So stay tuned for that. We've got 10 miles to go. Let's check out more of this beautiful area down here near St. George. All right, so we finished up the 30 miler 2 days ago now at this point, but it was a little windy when I finished, so I didn't want to, try having the conversation when I was calling the coach to do the big reveal. I didn't want it to be a little windy, so decided just to do it in a controlled environment, and I'm ready. So here's the announcement. I'm gonna give him a call, and I have no idea if he's gonna pick up or not, but we're just gonna give it a go and see what happens.
Hello, Wesley. This is Coach Owen.
Hey, Michael Owen. How's it going? I'm live here with Ridge Runner Nation. Well, not live. It's more of a on-demand type content, because we're the only ones living in the moment, but they're living through the experience with us. How are you doing?
Gotcha. Doing well, man. How are you?
Good. This is kind of exciting. I kind of did the big drum up this whole episode about a big coaching reveal here at the end, and it's cool that they finally get to know it's you.
Well, I'm glad you chose me as your coach. It's an honor to help guide you through this process, and I'm excited for a pretty big year to come.
What do you think's been the most challenging part so far about having me as an athlete?
The most challenging part having you as an athlete, I think a lot of times you have these number goals. So, you've talked about this on other episodes I've seen, where you want to hit 70 miles every week, and you want to do your Monday mile, and you want to do your 30-mile monthly long run. So, one of the things that we've tried to work through is, breaking down some of those barriers and just really working through the structure. And if those numbers, if those numbers come, then they do. But if not, then it's not vital to progress as an athlete.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been kind of good to break down, a lot of those old tendencies, but it did make me really happy to hit above 70 miles last week and a 30-miler, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got, a nice 72 miles last week. Obviously you hit a big 30-mile run there in the desert area of Utah, but I think you'll see your mileage go up pretty soon, I will say that.
Well, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Before we get out of here, I know how Regener Nation is, and and one person kind of does something, and they're inquisitive people. They're pretty passionate, and you were a part of it for a while. People still think you're a part of it, but you're not. Are you gonna be taking on like 400 athletes if they come calling your name here, or what do you have any advice for people that may be a little interested?
Well, certainly can't take on 400 athletes. But I will say, I'm coaching a few athletes right now, and I have a few athletes that have reached out to me as being interested in what I can offer. And it's not something that I'm like heavily advertising, but I will say, I'd love to have, I'm thinking about, 8 to 12 would be a pretty good number for people to coach right now, just from a time standpoint. I want to be able to devote proper amount of time per week per athlete, and if anybody is interested, having a personal coach, I think it can really, adding the structure and adding somebody to talk to, and a little bit of science behind it all can really increase your performance and just keep you progressing as an athlete. So if anybody's interested that does listen to this, you can shoot me a message. You can find me on social media and everything, so definitely hit me up.
Well, there it is. Big reveal. Super exciting like I said, it's going to be a big year. So I really appreciate you putting in the time, but don't get too many athletes now. I still want the preferred treatment that I'm getting now. So let's not ruin this good thing we got going here.
Well, it is sometimes a conflict of interest when I have multiple athletes racing the same event, which, that might be happening here in the next few months, but as a coach, it's fun to sit and watch that as well, and know that everyone's gonna hopefully reach their potential, and just see how the chips fall at the race if there's multiple people there.
If I can keep up with your other athlete at said race, I'm gonna be really happy.
Yeah, you're looking good if you can do that.
No doubt. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here. Thanks so much for taking time, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, yeah, talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Alrighty guys, so I'm officially Michael's second athlete. Super excited to be on the team. It's gonna be awesome to kind of see just my progression, just the way he kind of mixes up, the monotony of, my running in the past, kind of things that are important to me are the monthly 30-miler. Luckily, I can still keep that. I lost the Monday mile battle, unfortunately. I'm doing more than a mile on Mondays, and I'm getting used to it. But no, it's been great, because that's what a coach kind of does, is kind of shift the way you've done things, or just like tweak things in a little way, or just completely flip the script on you, and that actually allows you to grow more. So that's what I'm most looking forward to in this whole coaching process. And I don't know how many athletes Michael's gonna take on. I don't know how big he's gonna want to make this thing, but I've talked to a couple other people who are already like interested in joining, getting him as a coach. So if you want to hop on, or you want to know more, I'd say just reach out to him. I know how you guys are, and I think it'd be a kind of a neat opportunity if you're kind of on the fence. Maybe a little conversation with him might lean you one way or another, or at least give you a better perspective. So that's it for this episode of WoW. This was a long one. Sorry about that, but I guess I can kind of do that with these episodes, which is good, because I think it kind of allows you to kind of see a little more detailed that you wouldn't normally get. So thank you for tuning into this. I am going to visit the intern this upcoming weekend, and guess what? A little situation, and it is in fact situational. If there's enough likes on this video, I will bring my GoPro to Denver to visit the intern. And when he bonks on his long run, I'll smack him in the face a couple times with a gel packet and really show him who's boss. So it'll be a lot of fun going to do that this weekend, and hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.